Welcome to your weekend focus for March the 27th and the 28th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. So we have a weekend full of marvelous, wonderful energy, don't we? We have the full moon on the Sunday, but first let's talk about the numerology. Saturday is a 27 energy. So 27 is usually a very fertile energy. It's a very promising energy. And if we add the numbers together, 2 plus 7 is a 9. We're looking at preparing the soil to plant the seeds. We're looking at what we need to walk away from, heal from, move past from, surrender to, in order to move forward. So we may be looking at things that we need to release in our lives, things that may have blocked us during this new moon energy, that didn't allow us to move forward in the way we wanted, and understanding what needs to go, what needs to stay, what has value, what's just clutter. The energy of the day is the 17, and really the 17 energy is making the impossible possible. Where you thought you were blocked, where you thought you couldn't go forward, where you thought you couldn't have the healing you needed in order to open up to a new opportunity, a relationship, an environment, a thought process. It now becomes clear. You get that clarity, you get that understanding. 1 plus 7 is an 8, so action is involved. We need to walk with integrity. So, and it's about our strength. It's about our courage. And how to utilize them today to push through or push past something that has been holding us back. Or towards something new and something different, something unique. Sun is in Aries and the moon will be in Virgo for Saturday. So it's about love and order and understanding what you truly love, what you have a passion for. Understanding what no longer belongs in your life, what needs to go, what needs to change, what needs to transform. For Sunday now, we have the 28 energy. So the 28 energy is really more about completion. And there can be a lot of financial gain. There can be a lot of love, romance, stronger relationships if we proceed with caution, if we proceed with care. Okay, because there's also a flip side to that. And the flip side is if we rush into things, if we don't stop and think, if we just move forward without giving it any thought or not looking at what can happen, what can manifest from the action, the words, we could find ourselves in very tight situations going forward. Very hard situations perhaps going forward. So it's proceeding with caution, proceeding with care. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 9 energy. So just as we had on the Saturday of the 27 energy, we have the 9 energy for the daily energy for Sunday. So the 9 energy is preparing the soil to plant the seeds. The 9 energy is about completion, so beautiful energy for a full moon. But it's also about preparing the way forward, clearing the path, so to speak, so that you can walk straight, that you're not going to trip over things, that there won't be any hurdles or less hurdles. Sun is in Aries, of course, and the moon, while we sleep, moves into Libra. And so we have this Libra moon, and Libras are full of compassion, beauty, Definitely our eye goes towards the beautiful, and we want to create the beautiful on the inside and the outside. We can be a little bit more compromising, open to new ideas, different perceptions. We will struggle making decisions for ourselves. It'll be like there's, every story has three sides. So, one person A is the one story, person B is the other story, and the truth is somewhere in the middle of those two stories. So it's weighing it out and seeing the positives and the minuses of both sides, both ways to go, up and down, left and right. So where we're trying to make decisions for our life, we will want to mull it over. We will want to look at both sides of the coin. We will want to understand a little bit more about everything in order to make that wise decision, that strong decision. We also have Venus and Chiron in this full moon energy. So that's about healing your heart. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's helping somebody else heal. Maybe it's healing as a group, as a collective. Growing those relationships stronger and better. Adding something to it, or making some ground rules that weren't there before to make the relationship stronger, deeper. Also a very good time for finances. I think it's a star, or it could have been an asteroid, actually. I was reading through some stuff, and that is sitting right in between Venus and the sun. So it is, anyways, it brings great intuition on money matters. So this is the time to look at your investments. This is the time to buy the stocks. This is the time to look at your budget and how you will tweak it in order for it to flow properly, that it will work, that you're getting some kind of debt paid off, that you're able to invest some finances. And it sits at 8 degrees. The moon and the sun at 8 degrees. So we're back to that 8 energy of Saturday again. So the energy really it goes together. The only thing is we're moving from a new moon energy to a full moon energy. And so now we can really understand our strength and our courage that we need to bring forward, to have the courage, have the strength, to have maybe that uncomfortable conversation, or step into a different dynamic, a new dynamic. So, and it's very important to have a patience with yourself during this process, during this full moon. So it's all about healing, and it's all about healing, love, passions. It could have been that when you were little, you wanted that puppy or that kitten, and your parents said no. And you were crushed because in those few moments that your eyes met with that little kitten or that little puppy, you melted and you fell in love. And you had to leave them behind. And you do carry those imprints with you, okay? It does show up in your relationships down the road. Absolutely. So it's healing from that. Understanding why, looking back, why they would have said no to such a thing. And that the love that you felt was beautiful, but it wasn't deep. It wasn't, well, it was deep. It was long term if you would have got the animal, but that love is intended in so many ways for so many people in your life. And you can love them, and they're not going to leave, and they're not going to be taken away. Unless, you control, you have the power of your next step. So long as you take your empowerment and own that moment. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. The Page of Wands. Look at this. We are thinking about where we want to go, our truest passions, our truest wants, needs, successes we want to bring into our life, the happiness, the joy we want to create in our life, the stability we want to create in our life, the relationships we want to create, nurture, grow in our lives. And it's like, today is a new day. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. How do you want to go forward? With whom do you want to go forward? How can you make that happen in your life? What is your responsibility to the relationship or to yourself? When we're looking at Leo and, Libra and Aries, we're looking at, where do I have to stand on my own independence, on my own 2 feet, and be that trailblazer, be that pioneer to my dreams, my wants, me, to me, it's the I am. And Libra is partnerships and growing that relationship. So where do you need the support? And where's the balance in between? Are you all by yourself and you don't let anybody in, regardless of their potential to make you smile and make you laugh and help you, motivate you, support you, care for you, have empathy for you, to you've got so many people around you, it almost suffocates you at times. Where do you need the support? Where do you need to stand on your own 2 feet? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. How do you want it to look in your relationships? In your home, in your family, in the workplace, in the community? The Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. We haven't seen the Two of Pentacles in a very long time. Now, the Two of Pentacles says you've got some good ideas and both are really good. The ship is coming in. You have to decide which is the best for you. So you've got 2 job offers, and one is the hours kind of suck, but it's exactly what you want to do, and the pay is pretty good. And the other one, well, it's the perfect time frame, but I can't utilize my talents, my abilities. It doesn't look like there's a lot of room to grow, although there is growth potential. And how do I weigh out these 2? Now, with this, I think we're looking at some relationships in our life too. Do these people that I hang with raise me up? Are they positive? Are they goal-oriented? Are they thinking like me? Do we have the same mindset? Or is this person or do these people weigh me down? Bring in negativity? Burden me with extra responsibility and obligation? And for different reasons, those people are in everybody's lives. My life, your life. We all have a combination of those kinds of people. So what's right for you? Once again, the Page of Wands stands there and says, this is the first day of the rest of your life. You are empowered to take your step forward in the way that you want to. So what do you need to do? What needs to change? What needs to be transformed? What needs to be tweaked? Where do you need to heal? Where do you need to walk away? Where do you need to have that conversation? The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups talks about a whole new world opening up to you. Or perhaps it's the path that you're dreaming of, the path that we're talking about here, of you own this moment in time. You are the master of your own creative path. And in order to go forward, you have to leave some things that you do love, that you do cherish, that has played a part in your life for a very long time, perhaps, or made a difference. But you need to move away from those things, those people, those environments, those thought processes in order to step into the path that you want to walk. So it's hard choices. It'll pull at your heartstrings. It'll be emotional. Because some of those things you really don't want to leave, but it's best if you do. It's what you need at the present moment. And that's not to say that you don't circle back in time. But for now, it's what you need. And you know it. You know it deep down inside. So ask yourself some hard questions. And be truthful with yourself in your answers. And over the next several weeks, you may just weigh out the pros and cons of it. There's no immediate action here. The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles talks a lot about how you just don't believe in yourself anymore, or you don't think you're worthy enough. You don't think you're beautiful enough, or you don't think you're smart enough, or whatever you don't feel that you bring to the table. You probably do. You are just unaware. This card is about where this could be, you've hit rock bottom. Everything has gone wrong, and now you sit there in a slump. And you're like, why bother? Why bother getting up? Why bother trying? Because when I do, this happens in my life. When I do, this is what I get back for my efforts. And this card is a card that says, do not give up now. Stand up, straighten yourself up. Fake it till you make it. Dress yourself to the nines every day, expecting the best to come your way. Be ready for it. Prepare yourself for it. Get excited about who you are, your talents, your abilities, your unique path. Get excited that it can be, that you do deserve it, that you are worthy of it. When you do that, the door of abundance is literally right behind you. And all it takes now is to knock on that door, or to turn the doorknob, to step through. And the Wheel of Fortune. We are moving into a new season, better times. We are transforming. We are closing chapters. We are preparing ourselves to go into a new chapter. Perhaps it's a new book altogether. I keep getting, today is the first day of the rest of your life. You own this moment. So where do you need healing? Allow the healing in. Go to somebody, a confidant perhaps, a professional perhaps. Maybe it's a group of people sharing their own stories so that you can relate to each other, so you know you're not alone. To know that you are deserving, that you are worthy, that you are beautiful on the inside and out. We'll get a mantra for our full moon energy. Then we'll get the animals out, and of course we'll do a Journey of Love card for the full moon. So it really is beautiful, strong energy for us. But it's going to be an emotional one. And we do have free will. I mean, a lot of these cards are the minor arcana. So we have free will. We don't have to pay attention to the energy. We don't have to utilize the energy. If I was just reading these cards, say from a financial matter, because the finances are very strong in this one, we see the lack of what we don't have rather than what we are aiming for, what we are setting our goals for. And once we start setting our goals, we have a lot of success. So it's thinking it through, understanding, what can I give up short term to have long term? And you're making decisions about money and your finances. What's going to give you the best growth for your money? What is going to be an investment rather than an expense? Where do you need to put that money so it works for you, so it has value? And your finances can turn around to something really wonderful during this full moon. But you have to have a faith that if you're working towards it, God, your angels, your spirit guides, the creator, the universe knows that you are working towards those goals and dreams as well. And you will feel their input. You will see their input. Choices. Make the best choices. So it is about decisions. It is about choices. What is best for you? In this moment, at this moment in time, for you to go forward, for you to be successful with your goals, for you to step into an adventure, an opportunity, a relationship, or growing that relationship strong, or walking away from a relationship because it doesn't mirror who you are as well and where you're going. Human nature comes with great responsibility. Free will to make the choices and accept the consequences of one's actions, words, and thoughts. Everyone makes the choice to accept situations as they are or take the responsibility to change them. Make the decisions that are best for you, as you will never be able to please everyone all the time, so please you first. Choose your actions based on your own personal values. Regret nothing. Your choice determines the consequences. The mantra is, I take responsibility for my choices. Okay, we'll get the edibles out here. See what they have to tell us. So I think we'll have to make some important decisions, difficult decisions, perhaps within our relationships, our best friends, our partners, our spouses, our children, our parents, the community, our workplace. Oh my gosh. There was like 10 cards, but guess what? The possum was on top there. And he's been popular, so he tried to pop out, but he was with way too many friends. So, who do we get? Look at this. We get the skunk. Silence. Look at that. The book opened right up to it. So meditate. Quiet your mind. Sense, respect, ego, and protection. Silence makes the real conversations between friends, not the saying, but the never needing to say, that counts. The message for you is to walk in silence. You may feel that in order to get through your situation, you need to act defensively or perhaps aggressively. Skunk tells you that just walking in silence can be much more powerful. The skunk uses their odor to attract their own kind, and they use the same odor to repel those that they don't want near them. Choose the proper energy that you want to put out into the universe in order to attract the right kind back. You don't have to make a lot of noise to get what you want. You just have to review the situation, act with respect, and a sense that in time you will receive. It's not about ego, it's about confidence. So once again, it's about raising your confidence level. It's believing in yourself, knowing that you are worthy. And we don't have to make a lot of noise. We just have to start doing the work ourselves. God, our angels, our spirit guides will come to our aid, will help us move forward, especially under this energy, especially when it comes to love and financial matters. We will get a Journey of Love card here. Beautiful deck, if you're ever looking for it. That's what the book looks like. I'm pretty sure once upon a time I owned a box that looked very similar to that. And this is about loving others, but loving yourself, loving your path, understanding your journey, loving the divine, God, your angels, your spirit guides. Okay, we have the light field, 63. So a 9 energy again. The light field. Okay, 63. The 9 energy appears. Okay, 63. When I'm in love, I am not afraid to be any part of me. I let it all be free for the world to know. And when I'm ready to love, I will create a reflection of who I am. And we will shed our fears, complete our past, and trust love to be our guide. How beautiful is that? I got goosebumps. Okay, so you are very open to the other side. The veil that separates the worlds is very fine. For there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those who have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate with your beloved, even though you are separated in physical locations, you can do so now. If your psychic abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed can be received fully and peacefully into the light, and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that comes from unconditional love, that uplift and reassure, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved, it surrounds you as you glow from within. This oracle brings you guidance that you are connecting with a field of awareness that is real. You are protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear, that those who have passed on or will pass in the future will always be safely held in love. It's a confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of time and space. You know, when I was reading that, my dad had a special little pet name for me growing up. And very rarely will I hear that pet name in my head. But I did hear it, and I was like, oh, Dad, I love you. I miss you. And then we were kind of talking today because it was Mom's 92nd birthday. So we were trying to do a Zoom meeting. That didn't work. And then the power went out here. So then the computers didn't work. And then we had to go to the phones. And so I didn't really get to see her. But I got to talk to her. And we started talking. And my dad's been passed for quite a few years now. I don't keep track of the number, but I had forgotten, and that was the day of his death that I heard that. So he was close to me. He was saying hello, and you know, some people find dimes, some people see feathers, some people it's a certain kind of bird or little critter. And they just know at that moment it's their mom, their dad, their best friend, an aunt, an uncle, a child, a friend. That is just sending a small little message to you to say, I'm okay. I'm fine. And so the worst thing that can happen is that we have regrets over things that we should have said and didn't, or should have done and didn't. And so we are in the present. We're in the present to work on those relationships, to do those things today, so that if tomorrow doesn't come, we have no regrets. And if tomorrow does come, we are all that much better for it. And so as we go towards our future, we are grounded in very loving, deep relationships. We are connected to each other. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.